Hey everyone, I thought I'd do something new on this channel and basically I'm going to call it Use It Up, and I'll make these short videos to show you how you can go in your kitchen and find ingredients that you just might have left over or on hand, and how you can use those to make a quick and easy gluten-free and plant-based meal that doesn't cost too much and doesn't take a lot of time. I have leftover basil, and I also have some leftover sun-dried tomatoes, and these I used in my video about making various non-dairy cream cheeses. So I thought, how can I use these up? And I thought it would be great in a pasta, a creamy pasta like an Alfredo sauce. So I happened to find I have these two boxes of penne here, and this is high protein penne. So I'm going to use that. And then for the cream sauce, I have cashews always on hand. These are unsalted, they're unsalted raw cashews. I'll use that for my cream base, and I'll add some nutritional yeast. And to add a bit of flavor, I always say I really like this company's bouillon. It's gluten-free and also vegan. And I'm going to use their not chicken today. In my prior videos, I used the not beef, but this, so 1 cube is good for 2 cups of water, but I only want 1 cup of water. So I cut my cube in half. I'm just going to use a half of a cube. And so like I said, I'll put basil in it. And I'm going to add some garlic powder just for flavor. This is fast, so I'm not going to chop up actual, fresh garlic. I'm going to make this fast and just flavor the sauce with the garlic powder. And then add some salt and pepper. And I think I'll throw spinach in as well, just for the additional greens and for a nutritional boost. But anyway, let me get on to showing you how fast this pasta is to make. So to get things rolling here, I'm going to put half of a cube into a container here, and I'm going to add about 1 cup of boiling water. Let's measure that. Let's see. Here's my 1 cup point. Oh, I hit 1 cup perfectly. So I started a pot of boiling water for the pasta. And while that's boiling, I'm going to start soaking the cashews. So when making a cream sauce or an Alfredo or even a cheese sauce with cashews, you always need to soak them either overnight, or you can soak them like I'm going to do in hot boiling water for about 10 minutes. I just covered that just a bit, about 1 inch above the cashews. I'm going to let that sit, and I'll time it for about 10 minutes. The reason you want to soak the cashews is just to allow them to get a bit soft, so that when you blend them, they become very creamy and smooth. Now I'm going to dice up this basil. It's helpful to just roll it up into a little roll, and then it slices easily. It's not looking too great, but I'm going to use it. So now I took out some of the sun-dried tomatoes, and I'm just going to chop those up as well. I had these left over from the video about the cream cheeses, and they are a little bit expensive. If you don't have them on hand, you can just use fresh tomatoes for something like this. And in fact, you don't have to add the vegetables that I'm using. Add whatever you want or have on hand. That's the beauty about making a quick Alfredo pasta. You certainly could add peas, frozen peas. You can add red pepper, carrots, broccoli. You can use what you have. So I will be using a lemon in the cashew Alfredo sauce. So I'm just going to slice this up, or cut it in half rather, and just get it ready so that I can squeeze into the sauce. 2 things that happen when you find out you have to go gluten-free is, quite commonly people feel, now what? Now what can I eat? How can I can't have my pizza. I can't have my cake. I can't have my bread. And that's just not true, but I actually experienced that. I think after I've been celiac now, or diagnosed rather, since I don't know, 13 years ago. And for the first 2 days, I locked myself in a bedroom and I cried. You know, how could I give up my pizza? It was basically pizza and pasta. I'm not really a big bread lover, but you know, some people it's bread and some people it's pasta. Anyway, those of you who have been living a gluten-free lifestyle, you know that there are now so many alternatives and opportunities to find new foods. So for those of you who are new to this, I promise you it does get easy. And in fact, I don't even really, you know, I don't mourn the loss of anything right now as from a gluten-free standpoint. Going plant-based or vegan, then, you know, you have the loss of, well, what about my cheese or my milk? Maybe meat is something you don't want to give up. But that too is quite replaceable, all of these things. I've been dairy-free for many years, way before I went fully, you know, plant-based. But there are alternatives, and that's my whole goal here, is to help you. If you have any questions about options to consider if you're transitioning into one or both of these diets, let me know in the comments. And also, you know, we're here to support one another. So if you have suggestions for certain items that people are looking for, feel free to leave them in the comments. So just wanted to throw that out there, that you shouldn't feel alone. Do you feel, you know, like you have a challenge? You do, but it is an attainable outcome. It is, you can live a life of enjoying many options as from a dietary standpoint. There are so many new foods you're going to discover, and maybe some of those new foods are going to be way better for your health than what you've been eating so far. And that's another note I want to make is that those transitioning to gluten-free diets, I know this is what I did. I immediately started buying all these, you know, processed baked goods and kits and so forth. You have to be careful with those because many of them are full of highly refined flours that are not necessarily good for you. And secondly, you know, all the processed additives aren't great for you. So that's why with this channel, I'm aiming to have you consider options to create alternatives that are not so highly processed and refined. Okay, so my water's boiling. I'm going to put this pasta in. It says it takes 8 to 10 minutes. I think I'll do it about 9 minutes. About this particular brand, Banza, I know many people have issues with it because of, I think it's glyphosate. I have to check. But you know what? I have this on hand. I'm going to take the good with the bad. The good is that it's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's low glycemic index, and it has 20 grams of protein per serving. That's a 15-ounce serving. I'm going to do more research on this company because I do like it, but that's what I'm using today. You know, I'm sure when you check everything, there's something concerning about every single product that you eat, but you have to weigh the good with the bad. Okay, so I strained my pasta and now I've soaked the cashews for 10 minutes in the boiling water, and I also strained them. So I'm going to make my Alfredo sauce. I'm going to start by adding the bouillon in 1 cup of water, and I'm going to add the cashews. I'm going to squeeze some lemon juice in here. I don't know, probably like about a tablespoon. Maybe a little more, maybe 2. I'm going to up the cheesiness factor here by adding about, I don't know, 2-3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. I think more the better. And then I'm going to add, I'd say about 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Just going to shake it in. Okay, and then just a bit of salt and pepper. There's some cracked pepper I'm putting in. And I'm thinking maybe like a half a teaspoon of salt. I think the nutritional yeast gives it a slightly salty flavor. Can always add salt later after I add the pasta. So now I'm going to blend my cashew cream sauce together. These NutriBullets always recommend that you have a sufficient amount of liquid to your colander so that it blends well. I'm gonna start simmering this on low, or medium rather, and then I'm gonna get some spinach and add that. Okay, so I grabbed about one large handful of spinach and I washed that. So I'm just gonna add that and stir it in and allow it to wilt. Okay, now that my spinach has wilted, I'm just going to add in the drained pasta and stir it around. I'm going to try to coat every single one of the noodles here. Guess you can't see that very well from that angle, but I'll turn it so you can see me coat this. Ooh, it's looking good. I'm going to add some more black pepper. Oh, it's definitely sticking nicely on this. Looks like an Alfredo sauce to me. Let's dish up a plate. I'm going to make sure I got enough basil and sun-dried tomatoes. It's hard to distinguish between the spinach and the basil. This is a lunch portion, so I'm not going to make it too big, but I definitely want enough to keep me full until dinner. So that's what it looks like right now. Okay, so I'm going to add some of this Violife Parmesan. I have it, so this is a use it up video, so I'm going to use it up by placing it on my pasta. It is a processed cheese product, so if you don't want to use it, just skip it. But I'm going to grate some of this on here. It is actually quite a good Parmesan cheese when you grate it like this. I could add additional, if you don't want to use this, or I could, or you could add additional nutritional yeast instead of something like this if you don't happen to have a Parmesan cheese to grate. But look at this. Look how nicely that looks. I'm going to add some more black pepper. You know what I just thought of? I should have added a bit of red chili flakes just to up the flavor a bit. Maybe I'll do that. I think I'll get some of those. Just add a bit of crushed red pepper on top. Okay, is this not looking good? I'm gonna go do a glamour shot. We have to have a glamour shot with food. And here's our use it up meal for the day. It's an Alfredo pasta made with a cashew Alfredo sauce. It has sun-dried tomatoes, some basil, and a penne pasta, and also has some spinach and a bit of red pepper flakes. And also it's topped with Violife Parmesan cheese. All of these ingredients were just in my kitchen that I needed to use up. So I thought I'd show you how easy it is just to whip together a meal using what you have in your kitchen. And keep in mind, it's gluten-free and vegan as well. Okay, so I'm excited to try this pasta. I can see the red pepper and the tomatoes and the basil and the spinach. Let's see what the sauce tastes like. I get a tomato. The sauce is definitely like an Alfredo sauce. It's creamy and it's cheesy. It's extremely delicious. It's flavored perfectly well with the garlic powder. If you want to take the extra time, you can put real garlic in it. But this was about speed and ease, and it's quite delicious. The pasta's cooked really well. And I do enjoy the red chili flakes on the top to add a bit of a background heat, but it's super delicious. I encourage you to try this. So that's it for this episode. Let me know if you find these use it up videos helpful. I aim to just show you how to take items in your kitchen that you may already have and how to whip them up into a budget-friendly, fast, and easy recipe. If you have any ideas for things that you have in your kitchen and you want to know how to use them up, let me know and I can consider helping you with a recipe. Also, remember, I always convert everything to gluten-free and vegan. So again, if you have a favorite recipe that you want converted to a gluten-free and vegan recipe, but it may take more time than a use it up video, let me know and I'll consider it for other videos in the future.